Now filtering. So depending on the role, there may be a lot of filtering to do or not a lot. I have 2 job postings up right now, both for Investor Machine. One's an account manager and one is a full stack web developer to help us level up our technology. The account management one, there's a lot of people that have that skill set, a lot of people that are looking. We have hundreds of candidates. In a previous account manager posting, I had over 1,000 people. It's like, what do I do with this? The full stack one doesn't have that many people that have applied. It's a much more niche type of skill set. So there may be a lot, there may be a little. So I like to lead my filtering with DISC and or predictive index. If your budget is small, I would suggest you start with DISC. My favorite book to learn DISC is this Taking Flight. It's a cool story about 4 different birds that line up with each of the different personality profiles. So D, someone that would be a high D would be super dominant. I assesses your social. So a high I would be someone very social. A low I would be someone not nearly so social. S, a few things, but we'll call it patience. So a high S is a really patient, peacekeeping type person. A low S is much less patient and much less peacekeeping. And then a high C in the DISC would be someone that's very like detail oriented. I need a system, I need a process. And a very low C would be somebody that's very like no systems processes. So your typical salesperson would be high D, high I, low S, low C. And you just have to know and realize that's going to be typically your best salesperson. You want somebody that's going to be a leader, that's going to be driving, that's going to be social. And typically that person is also not going to be super detail oriented. So when you get that person, they're going to be an incredible salesperson and you're going to constantly be asking them to do their paperwork. When you understand this about people, you can learn, you know what, I'm going to hire a virtual assistant for you for $6 an hour and they're going to help out with the paperwork in the back end and let the giraffe be a great giraffe and do what it does and not ask it to climb a tree. So this personality profile stuff is good not only for hiring, but also for managing. So this is a great book for DISC. For predictive index, I actually work through a company called Sharper, Austin McCurdy. They're the ones that introduced me to predictive index. Again, it's a much deeper, more accurate version of DISC, as well as it also assesses people's cognitive scores, which is how quickly they learn. And in my company, speed of learning is a very important thing that I look at. And it's almost as important as anything else. Is this a person that is bright and that can pick things up quickly? So that's why I have predictive index and that's where I get it through. So I personally weigh heavier in my filtering on, are they a cultural fit? Are they a personality fit? Is this the right person for the job? Much more so than I do resume. That's because typically most of the jobs we're hiring for, we can teach within a week. Sometimes it's a day within a week. So does it really matter that much that they have a whole bunch of experience doing the exact same thing when we can teach it to them that quickly? So that's another reason why I lean into these things, is I'm much more interested in cultural fit, right type of person, right type of personality than I am that they have this fantastic resume. Okay, next thing I want to discuss is the difference between new versus emerging versus proven talent. New talent would be like a brand new college graduate. No work experience, they're brand new. Emerging is they've got a little bit of experience, maybe it's a little bit of experience in your area, they're starting to get a proven track record, but they're young. And then proven talent is like that person that I told you I just hired from Upwork, which is 26,000 hours of doing the exact same job very well successfully. That's an extreme case. But I have hired over my 80, which that's just the people that I still have, and that doesn't count all the people that I hired in the previous company. If you count all of it, it's hundreds of people. I have hired new talent, emerging talent, and proven talent. My favorite, and I believe the sweet spot by and large, is emerging talent. It's going to depend on what role you're looking for and what you need and things like that. Again, my most recent hire was proven talent, which is typically what I stray away from, but emerging tends to most likely be the sweet spot.